Welcome to Play Infinite. Today, September 12th, 2012, and as expected, Apple has officially unveiled the iPhone 5. In this video, I'm going to go over the specs, the features, basically everything you want to know about this brand new smartphone. And I must say that it's a fairly large enhancement from the iPhone 4S. First of all, it's going to be much thinner than the iPhone 4S. It's going to be 18% thinner, coming in at 7.6 millimeters thin, and it's also going to be completely made out of glass and aluminum, so that's nice there. It's going to have a really nice quality feel in your hand. It's going to be 4.0 inch display. It's going to have in-cell technology inside the display, basically more responsive, less layers, making the iPhone more thinner, which is what Apple wanted. And the display is more closer to the 16:9 aspect ratio, whereas the old iPhones were more of the wider ones. This iPhone 5 is going to be a lot more taller. The resolution, of course, it's still going to be a Retina display. It comes in at 1136 by 640, and Apple is also promising better color saturation, and it's going to have full sRGB rendering. And also the resolution, the PPI, is actually 326, so that's higher than the iPhone 4, but it's not the highest in the smartphone. I'm sure the Xperia S smartphones is higher than the iPhone 4, as well as the iPhone 5. Also, the iPhone 5 is also going to be 20% thinner and lighter. 20% lighter, coming in at 112 grams. And this is going to have LTE support, of course, along with the HSPA, EVDO, the Edge networks, all sorts of things. But the best part is that it's going to come directly with LTE, and it's going to be available in a whole host of different carriers in the US: Sprint, Verizon, AT&T; in Canada, Rogers, Telus, Bell. There's all sorts of carriers, and you can check out my other video for details on exactly what carriers you'll be getting, whether you're in North America, Europe, Asia, wherever you are. I'll cover all the carriers. Of course, you're getting Wi-Fi 802.11 A, B, G, and N. There's also going to be a brand new processor powering it. Apple's calling it the A6 processor. It's going to be 22% smaller, and it's basically 2 times faster than the current A5 processor on the iPhone 4S. So that's amazing as well. It's going to kind of speed things up a bit. Apple's been saying that it's going to speed up your page load times and loading apps and just general things like that, as well as being more power and energy efficient. It's going to allow you to chug for 8 hours of talk time with LTE on board, of course. If you're just going to use Wi-Fi, you'll be able to get 10 hours of battery life out of it. Apple also kind of introduced a slightly revamped camera. It's not like a huge deal here. It's very, very similar to the iPhone 4S camera. Actually, Apple stated that in their press conference. They said it's very similar. However, it's going to be much thinner, and that's kind of, again, it goes with the whole 7.8 millimeter thing. They wanted to make the iPhone very, very thin, and that's what they did. This camera is going to be 8 megapixel once again. It's going to be a 5-element lens with an f2.4 aperture, and it's going to have a higher shutter speed and all that type of stuff, but you don't really need to get into that if you don't know too much about that. I'm not going to cover that in this video. Anyways, in addition to just photos, it's also going to be capable of shooting 1080p videos, and the front-facing camera is going to be capable of doing 720p videos. And of course, like rumors stated, like I covered in my previous videos, FaceTime is going to be available, and we're not sure exactly what carriers or if all carriers are going to support it, but we know that AT&T is going to have specific plans that you might need to purchase in order to use FaceTime. And besides that, there's also one piece of bad news, and Apple just unveiled a new docking connector. It's called Lightning. That's kind of what they call it. So now they have Thunderbolt as well as Lightning. Anyways, this is going to be a brand new 8-pin connector. It's going to be 80% smaller and all digital. So 80% smaller when compared to basically any other iPhone 4, iPhone 3, GS, even the iPod. So this is going to be a brand new dock connector. Of course, you're going to have to purchase brand new accessories or purchase adapters, which Apple will happily sell you, so you don't have to worry about that. Of course, it looks to be around 1 inch big, so it's going to really take up a lot of space, and you're going to have to start lugging that around. Of course, it'll come with iOS 6 on board when it ships. Apple also did go into iOS 6 a bit, but for the most part, the same as what we've known before. They started talking about Siri. The iPhone 5 also has 3 microphones, one on the front, on the bottom, and one on the back. So again, for more noise reduction, and I'm guessing it's going to help out a lot more with Siri. You can do Facebook posts with Siri now. You can open apps, all sorts of things, and small little minor tweaks here and there to iOS 6. But for the most part, we already knew that back when Apple unveiled iOS 6. The iPhone 5 will be available in 2 colors. It'll be available in white as well as black, and like I said, they're all made out of aluminum as well as glass, both of them. It's kind of like a two-toned body. And as for pricing, this is probably the most important part for many of you guys. The 16GB model will be available starting at $199, 32 will be $299, and 64 will be $399. Sadly, there's no information about the 128GB model, just in case you're interested about that. And you also have to keep in mind that these are all on contract prices, so it really depends on your market and how it'll work. But shipments will be available on September 21st in US, Canada, UK, Germany, France, Australia, Japan, Hong Kong, and Singapore. Those are the countries that'll be available for purchase on September 21st, but you should really start pre-ordering. It'll be available for pre-order on September 14th, and Apple said that they also have plans to add 20 more markets in the coming months. So if you're in the markets that I listed, in the countries that I listed, definitely go over on September 14th and start pre-ordering your iPhone 5 so that you can be guaranteed one on September 21st. So that's your best way to purchase it if you're interested. Of course, I'm going to be getting my hands on the iPhone 5 and actually doing in-depth coverage on it. I'm going to be doing a review, unboxing, all sorts of stuff, comparisons with the Galaxy S3, because that's currently the best Android smartphone, I guess. And it's like the most popular Android smartphone, so I'm going to be comparing it with that and all sorts of things with the iPhone 5. So stay tuned here at Play Infinite. Definitely subscribe if you haven't already. It's a really nice time to join Play Infinite, and also give this video a quick thumbs up if you don't mind. And for more iPhone 5 coverage, stay here to Play Infinite. I have like 5 more videos coming out, like on iPhone 5, going in depth about the dock connector, talking about the carriers and the market, comparing it with the iPhone 4S, all sorts of things coming up here on Play Infinite. So stay tuned for all that. Subscribe, of course, and I'll see you in my next video. Thank you for watching. Bye.